Hi there, Liz from Loving Life on Less here. Today we're going to talk about our 10 most favourite frugal, free food, foraging, money saving, make do amend books. I have 5 and David has 5. These are books that we've either borrowed from the library, liked so much and have bought, have picked up at car boot sales or charity shops, or have just bought because we thought they'd bring a lot to us and we'd end up saving money or making money just by reading their advice. There are also interesting books that are worth keeping and the books that we've looked at time and time again. Anyway, here we go. Here's my 5. My first book, without a shadow of a doubt, is by John Seymour. A lot of you may have heard of John Seymour. And this is the new complete book of Self-Sufficiency, the classic guide of realists and dreamers. And if I was going to ask for a Christmas present this year in a book, this would be it. It covers everything from making the most of the plot of land you have, whether it's just a garden or whether it's a few acres, to beekeeping, to chickens, to foraging in all the seasons, to pests, fungus and diseases you may get on your homegrown vegetables, to tools you can use, to making toilets outside, to some great pictures in it as well. That one's the humans and their environment, crafts and skills, how to utilise heat from the sun, food for gardening, fish, rabbits, jams, syrups. It covers everything. It really is a lovely book. Keep you reading for years and you'll keep going back to it as a reference book. It really is probably one of the best books there is. Another book which most of you will have probably heard of or minimally read at some point, and that's the Tightwads Gazette by Amy Decision. It's from the late 80s, early 90s, and it literally is packed with every single frugal money saving tip, sometimes to the extreme you could imagine. It's a huge book. I think it originally came out as like a newspaper supplement, and then she ended up publishing them all in one book. This one's the complete book. But it's all in black and white, almost like newspaper. There's pages on pages on it. And what I like about it is the time-saving ideas, the tips on buying anything, thrifting the environment. It was a little bit ahead of its time in that way. And it's hours and hours of reading. Now, these will probably be quite hard to get hold of in this country, in the UK, from the likes of car boots and charity shops. We'd probably have to get it from Amazon or one of the other big booksellers that could get it for you. I don't think it's too expensive. I think I paid about £25 for this. But it's really worth it. And year after year, I will bring it out just for the tips. It's well worth it. 2 books that we were given, what we found really handy, and this is from a BBC programme, Eat Well for Less, sorry. And these books are just full of recipes of cheap everyday food. And what I like about them is not only are the recipes not really exotic, so you're having to buy all these exotic ingredients, is the listings of how to use up leftovers, conversions, what to use as replacements if you've not got something in your pantry. So they're just really, really good books with lots of down-to-earth recipes that are cheap and easy to cook. And it says they eat well for less. So a lot of them are quite healthy recipes too. So if you can pick them up cheap, or maybe even borrow from the library, see if you like them, then maybe think about purchasing them. Another cracker is Practical Self-Sufficiency by Dick and James Strawbridge. And again, it's just another book. I think Dick Strawbridge has been on television quite a lot, but from making jams and jellies to start setting up your well-equipped shed for basics of tools to utilise, how to use polytunnels, making the most of your veggie plots, using solar panels if you really want to go down the self-sufficiency route, how to make greener cleaners and natural hand scrubs. Again, another cracking book, very well worthwhile getting out of a library or asking them to get it for you and looking at the hints and tips and money saving ideas, again based on not wasting anything. But yeah, that's another cracker. And finally, that's my 4, isn't it? Yeah. And finally, this is only a recent purchase, and this is Dane and Stella De Luca who have a channel actually on YouTube, and the book's called Knowledge to Forage, and it covers every single plant you can possibly think of that you can forage for, either an edible or medicinal or has some type of use. Basically food and medicines for free. And it's a beautiful labour of love. It took them 2 years to write it. It's self-published, I think, on Amazon. And not only does it have all the various different plants and funguses around, it has the traditional uses of them, the scientific studies on the items, the history and mythology of the, such, for example, dead nettles or hawthorns or whatever. And it's also absolutely full of beautiful, I can't even see that, sorry, beautiful pictures. It really just makes the book pop and come alive. And if you get to see their channel, a couple of the recipes there, which is lilac flower syrup and elderflower syrup. And if you get to have a look at their channels on YouTube, they literally make hundreds of recipes and remedies and things that got step by step. It's a cracking channel. And this is probably my favourite book of the year. I'll list all books in the comments underneath when we finish the video. Let us know what your favourite books are. Frugal books, foraging books, free food books, make, do and mend books, prepping books, bushcraft books, because we know there's quite a few people that like bushcraft that watch the channel as well. Whatever books work for you and you found them to be amazing reference books, let us know. Right, over to him downstairs. He's flicking through his bookshelf as we speak.
Hi, welcome back to the channel. Dave here from Loving Life on Less, and here are our top 10 books, frugal books, money-saving books. Right, first one for me is this one, Family Meals for a Fiver, good by the Good Housekeeping. What I like about this, not only does it give you the recipes, it gives you what you can do with the leftovers. It also gives you a list of ingredients to have in your pantry or your store cupboard. So if you're starting out or just want something to, you know, as a basic list to work with, I think this is a good book for that. A Cook on the Wild Side by Hugh, Fearnly, Whittingstall. This is before his River Cottage days. He did 2 series on DVD when he went round the country, the UK, in a Land Rover in one and on a canal boat on the other. And the premise was he couldn't spend money. He had to find his food or work for his food or barter for his food. And from this put me on to the Forager's Bible, which is the Food for Free book by Richard Mabey. And again, he's got some recipes in, the stuff he's done, you know, what he's found. So, yeah, good book. If you're growing your own, as we tried to do here, haven't got enough to grow to be totally self-sufficient. But if you try and grow your own, a few tomatoes or a few windowsill herbs or whatever, these expert series of books, I think, are good. I think they're really good. Vegetable and Herb Expert, this one, but there's others available, and these have been around. I remember having these when I was at school, so that's quite a while back. But again, covers all your. So we've got carrots, chicory, potatoes. And it covers, you know, the soil type, what some of the potential diseases, when to plant, when to harvest, different varieties, depending on what you want. Preserving. If you grow your stuff, or you forage, you grow your food, forage your food, whatever, you need to store it. This is a book by Doreen Kindersley on preserving. It's in seasons or months on there, and it gives you various different recipes, different things to do, and methods of preserving, whether you be brining, salting, pickling. This book we got from the Olio app, which is somebody had got it and had enough of it, and they were giving it away. All we had to do was go and collect it. And I'm going to say the last one, which is Practical Cookery. You have to bear with me, because I'm blind without these. This is by Victor Cesrani and Ronald Kinton of the Acton Hotel and Catering School, Ealing Technical College, Middlesex. This was published in 1963, but it covers everything. Like I said, I've just put out, and this is butchery joints on this particular page. So out and butchering lamb and mutton. Again, that one, poultry, how to, if you get yourself a whole chicken, what the bits and pieces are done and how to trim them out. How to make salads. So, again, it's an old book, probably out of print. I picked this up at a jumble sale or a car boot where I used to live in the Midlands, North Oxfordshire. And in it is an address. And this address is 3 miles from where we live in now in Yorkshire. So I brought it home.
If you like our content, please like, subscribe and share, and we'll see you for the next video. Take care everybody. See you soon.